All right, everyone, this episode of Nothing Major is sponsored by Gusto, the online payroll and benefits software for small businesses. Let's be real. No one starts a business for the joy of calculating tax withholdings and whatnot. Payrolls, taxes, they're all confusing. And shout out to all you small business owners who wear a million hats, and payroll should not be one of them. You got to start your business. And that's why Gusto is the perfect tool for you. It's an all-in-one, remote-friendly, and incredibly easy to use, so you can pay, hire, onboard, and support your team from anywhere. With Gusto, health benefits, commuter benefits, 401k, Gusto has options for everyone on a budget. And remember, it's trusted by over 400,000 small businesses, and it's the #1 payroll software in the fall of 2025. So try Gusto today at gusto.com/nothingmajor and get 3 free months when you run your first payroll. That's 3 free months of payroll at gusto.com/nothingmajor. All right, guys, last time. It's gusto.com/nothingmajor.
All right, coming up on Nothing Major, we are going to talk Laver Cup. Of course, it just concluded. Billie Jean King Cup as well. And maybe a little bit of the first week of the Asian swing. So let's get the show started. All right. We're back here at Nothing Major. John Isner here, Jack Sock, Stevie Johnson, Sam Query, not here today on this Monday because he is traveling back from Laver Cup. He had a flight last night, but all the matches went really late, couldn't make it, so he's traveling back home right now. We probably will see Sam on Friday. But anyways, Laver Cup just concluded. I was there with Sam in San Francisco. Jack, you have, of course, a ton of experience in Laver Cup. Stevie, you probably were tuned in a decent bit to it. But I would just say firsthand, they knocked it out of the park again. I don't know what you all thought watching it on TV. I didn't really watch that much on TV. I caught the end of it. I flew back yesterday, was able to watch the end of it on TV. But being there in the arena, amazing, absolutely electric. Everything about it was first class. Of course, when you have Roger Federer involved in something like this, it's probably going to be successful. But the stars came out in San Francisco. It was incredible. What did y'all think? Jack, I want to start with you. Of course, having played so many of these Laver Cups in years past.
Yeah, I think it's a success every time they have it every year. I think, obviously, it would have been cool I'm sure it was cool for you guys to be up there, you and Sam. I think to be in San Francisco at the Chase Center for the Warriors. To have the likes of Steph Curry being out there. Obviously, Roger being there is always going to draw a huge crowd and get a lot of attention. But I thought that coin flip was really cool, having Steph out there, just having people, involved in the tennis. And an event like that is always special. It's always, I think, one of the coolest weeks of the year. They always do it to the max for sure. It was really fun to watch. Once again, the arena always looks cool. I always think on TV it always looks really good. For the black court with the stands, how they are, and it's split up red and blue. It just, I don't know. It's very appealing to watch. It's very fun to watch. I think the event is just top notch. The format, the intensity. You see different personalities. You see the charisma of some of these guys coming out. You see players supporting players, which obviously doesn't happen throughout the year. So overall, and now you're getting new faces in there, some new blood as well for both teams. And it was a blast to watch. I tuned into it to a good bit of it.
Yeah, Stevie, what do you think?
Yeah, I have the same experience the last 8 years as I had every other year. I've enjoyed it from my couch, and it looks great. But is it me, or I don't know, you guys obviously played it. Does the court get bigger every year? It looked like there was an abyss of just black tennis court from everywhere. Like the seats seem like 100 yards from like the baseline on the back of the court.
It's like that every year, I feel like.
It is.
So it's not getting bigger, or is that just me?
Yeah, it's a giant court.
It just feels like they're so far back. I wish like the back of the courts, I get why the sides are, kind of a little bit more spread out, but the back of the court seems so big. Not even Zverev can get that far back hitting ground strokes back there. There's so much space. But other than that, it looks incredible. The black court looks so good on TV. Just the whole arena, the signage, just the whole event. There's nothing that Roger and his team are going to put on that isn't first class from from the tennis, from the social side of things to everything. So it's pretty remarkable what they're able to put on year in and year out. And they didn't have the star power on the tennis side per se, really, but they still showed out. I mean, as you said, Jack, I mean, having Steph Curry doing the coin toss, having all the guys jump out there for a photo, having Pau Gasol do, one of the night matches with Carlos Alcaraz. I'm sure those guys must know each other from their Spanish heritage. So, but overall, the event was insane.
Yeah.
And John has left us because his dog is having some tummy troubles. So he gave us a quick warning that he would not make it, and he's back.
I heard every second of what you had to say,
I know.
Stevie.
See, you got the AirPods in.
Apologize.
No. Hey, look. When Charlotte has some tummy problems, you gotta let her out.
That's what we do here at Nothing Major. We ad-lib really well.
Sam would not have let his dog in the room. So kudos to you.
He wouldn't have. And
he's starting to take offense to that. The fact that we say he doesn't like dogs, but he does it on himself.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm out of breath, by the way, because I ran down the stairs, back up the stairs. But no, the court's giant every year, Stevie. But it does seem just.
But it seems like it's getting bigger to me. I don't know why, or maybe I'm just imagining things. Yeah. But
no, it's not. But I think San Francisco, was the perfect like venue, and I think San Francisco is one that will be repeated eventually. I mean, it's just the perfect city with all the, with all the corporate HQs there in San Fran, all the tech and all the sponsors they had there. They just knocked it out of the park, and all the players enjoyed it. Got to meet a lot of incredible people. I mean, I was there with my son, and the San Francisco is just so beautiful. Weather's perfect. Get to do so much out there. So kudos to Laver Cup for putting on another incredible event. I know they were very excited with it. I would love to hear from their brass, but they just absolutely crushed it. But anyways, let's move on to the actual results of the Laver Cup. Team World takes the title 15-9. We kind of almost saw a 12-all scenario. It's never happened in Laver Cup history. Had Zverev been able to take out Fritz, it would have gone to 12-all, and they would have played a one-set doubles for the whole title. But wasn't to be. Team World's won 3 of the last 4 after losing 4 in a row. Thanks to me, I was on the losing end on all 4 of those on all 4 of those teams. But now, I mean, for what seemed initially like this was just going to be a crazy lopsided event every single year, not the case. It's 5-3 for Europe, and I think that does. I mean, I think that. The Laver Cup, people behind the tournament got to be very happy with that. If it was 7-1 or 8-0 Europe, it would be pretty tough to market this as like a super competitive event, but it obviously is. And Team World, crazy clutch, especially on Saturday. And in my mind, Team World's best 2 players had to be their MVPs, and they were exactly that. Taylor Fritz and Alex de Minaur just crushed it for Team World. Let's start with Taylor Fritz, Stevie, and I was in the arena watching this match against Carlos Alcaraz. We're talking about the Saturday night match. Best I've ever seen him play. Absolutely lights out. The dude is a total gamer. Jack, do you remember in Geneva when he was supposed to play on Sunday? Kyrgios was supposed to play Rafa. Rafa got hurt Sunday morning, pulled out of the match. Dominic Thiem replaced Rafa. Then something with Nick's elbow went down. And so Dominic Thiem didn't have an opponent. Taylor Fritz went to the courts on Sunday in 2019, I believe I have that right, in Geneva, without his rackets. He was not supposed to play. He was not in the lineup. And he puts his hand up and goes, I'll play. So someone went back to the hotel, got his rackets, brought him back. And by the way, he went to bed thinking for sure he's not playing, right? So he wasn't even like mentally preparing. He goes, I'll play. Gets his rackets, balls out against Dominic Thiem, wins that match on Sunday, makes our tie a lot closer. That's when I knew, like, he's just an absolute gamer. That's the guy you want on your team. I just remember that story from Geneva. I thought that was remarkable. But Stevie, back to you. Just Taylor Fritz's performance the whole weekend, taking out Alcaraz Saturday night and Sunday, taking out Zverev for the title.
Yeah, you said it right. He is an absolute gamer. There is not a court, a match, a time that he will not lace him up and go out there and play. And that's, one of the best qualities you can have as an athlete, especially in our world when it's just mano a mano, one-on-one out there. It's remarkable. And he's had that since he was, 15, 16. I've seen him grow up in Southern California. And, even back in the day, it's like, it just didn't matter. He would show up and he would play and do whatever you needed and compete to the last ball, first to last ball every single time. So there's no surprise there. And he played insane against Carlos. The court looked so slow from TV. Again, I'm watching it from TV.
It's
but
slow, yeah.
That is good for Taylor because he is somebody that can absolutely smash the ball off both sides of the racket, stand in the middle of the court, and just throw haymakers whenever he wants. I mean, he strikes the ball so clean. So I think that was like a huge factor for him because, it's hard to break like the sidelines and get Carlos out of position. But when Taylor's standing in the middle and just dominating like that, I mean, that was just that was a work of art. I mean, if that doesn't give Taylor the confidence to like go win a slam, not that he didn't have it already, but to finally get a win over Carlos. At least
That's true.
In this format, right? Like, you're going to have some people say it doesn't count because it's Laver Cup and, it's not a full third set, whatever.
Yeah, but he beat him in straights.
I know. I'm saying like that's got to help Taylor's confidence be like, okay, I can beat this guy. I know, here's a blueprint. I may not be able to repeat this type of tennis every time we go out there, but insane. I mean, the level was insane. And then there was zero doubt in anyone's mind. I don't even think Zverev thought he could win on Sunday, to be honest. The way Taylor played Saturday, like there was a no doubt Taylor was going to win that. Even though he was up a set and a break and kind of let it slip away a little bit, Taylor's a gamer. He got it done. No surprise. I mean, that was a beautiful masterclass of tennis for the 2 days he was out there playing singles.
Masterclass. You sound like Jason Goodall.
I've been watching too much tennis. I just,
No, it's good. I like it. Jack, talk a little bit again. I want you to add on to what Steve had to say about Taylor and also about Demon. I mean, these guys were – we can – maybe after you finish, we can decide who we think was the MVP. It's hard to choose. But Demon was a +7 if you're going on a plus-minus scale. 2 matches on Saturday, 1 match on Sunday. Pretty darn good. But talk about Taylor and Demon in this Laver Cup.
Yeah, I think Fritzy's the guy that's like – he has a – first round in Beijing at 10 a.m. and he's the guy that's like stoked to play and he's like ready to go, let alone Laver Cup in that moment on that stage. Like exactly what Stevie said, he's ready to go at all times, 365 days a year, it feels like, with a tennis racket in his hand. And it showed he wants that moment. He wants to try to get those wins. I think he wants to, even though he's a top 5 player in the world, he still wants to prove himself to everyone ranked ahead of him and everyone right around him. And he showed it. Yeah, it was. I don't want to say masterclass. It was awesome to watch. He played the best tennis we've probably ever seen him play, and then backs it up with a huge win on Sunday as well over Zverev. And I think it'll, as we say, it might catapult him into an amazing fall and probably some huge results as well if he takes that confidence away. Demon, when he was on the team with us and like I was going to play doubles with him that one year, and you could tell from playing him in Davis Cups or seeing him at Davis Cups that he loves the team atmosphere. He takes a lot of pride in playing for other people. Obviously for them playing for the Grain and Gould when they have Davis Cup, and then you knew he was going to show it at Laver Cup as well, having teammates around, having the captains there, and it almost felt like he even upped his level of like fellowship on the team and intensity, and almost looked like he took Mickelson under his wing a little bit and it was getting him fired up during the doubles, and obviously singles he played phenomenal as well. So it seemed like the camaraderie on the team and the support from everybody was really good, and it almost started with Demon a little bit. I think he's got a lot of the team vibes with him, and I think he'll be a staple doubles guy if he's on the team as well. And he's obviously an incredible singles player on top of that. So I don't want to say surprised, but I was slightly surprised at the level, I guess, of those guys and some of those wins and kind of how routine they were as well.
God, it's hard to pick an MVP, but we'll get that. We'll get to that in a little bit. Do you guys think that this level that these two players produced, Fritz and Demon, I think Andre Agassi had a little bit to do with that? I mean, maybe from his advice, he's very analytical. He's got an unbelievable tennis mind, but just having a guy like that on your sideline makes you want to compete, obviously, a little bit harder. So let's talk about the Agassi effect and also just how animated he was all weekend. Like, to me, a lot of people want to call Laver Cup an exhibition. Like, okay, ask Andre Agassi if Laver Cup's an exhibition. It's absolutely not. The guy was so fired up. Same thing with McEnroe, Borg. Not as much, right? Because he's the ice part of Fire and Ice when they're during his tenure. But I don't know. I thought Agassi's energy was just infectious all weekend. He must have been an amazing captain to play for. Stevie, what do you think?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, having those guys on the sideline, just getting some new blood. Not saying, Borg and McEnroe aren't the right guys for, the original iteration of this event, but just getting new blood in there, just like you get new players in there. It's amazing. And I think Andre did an amazing job. I mean, Noah was a little bit more subdued and calm than I thought he would be, I think, for the bulk of the weekend. But having Andre there, his tennis IQ and acumen is through the roof, and he would be incredible to play for. But just go back quickly for Alex de Minaur, the guy went from U.S. Open to Sydney Davis Cup the following week, back to San Francisco for Laver Cup, and now he's going to go to Asia because he's in the Tokyo draw. Like, talk about a hell of an effort, and talk about tennis being a tough sport to play. Good for him. Yeah. Amazing effort. That is no joke. No. But de Minaur's in the Beijing draw, not Tokyo. I get those tournaments. Nobody knows what's going on over there.
He's in Asia. He went Australia. He went US, Australia, US,
yeah,
China.
So I'm sure he feels great right now. But Andre it's awesome. I mean, having him there on the sidelines, having him be that animated, just has to fire you up as a player. I mean, I would have killed to be in any team format on the tour outside of Davis Cup, and to have Andre as a captain would be amazing. I mean, he's just, if you want any advice in tennis, he's the right guy to go to. He's going to give you a lot of it. So sometimes you might need to filter some out, to fit your style, but the guy's tennis mind, there might not be a better one for sure.
Yep. I think what we saw, what I know Tommy and Ben were hurt, but I think we got a good indication of what Team World might look like for years to come, maybe assuming those guys are healthy. You got to always imagine Taylor and Demon going to be on the team. Fonseca is someone we have not spoken about. He only played the one match on Friday. I'm sure it was a tough decision whether Fonseca or Cerundolo was going to play on Sunday, but he got Team World's first point on Friday night. I was there in that match. He was electric once again, and the crowd was 100% behind him. So it wasn't even that many Brazilians there in the crowd. Yeah. It wasn't like there was all this, green and gold going on or green and yellow going on in the crowd. But Fonseca was awesome. Just the event overall, they knocked it out of the park. San Francisco, as we mentioned, just the perfect city. Every first session, Reilly Pelka's first match against Casper Ruud, sold out. 1:00 on Friday. They just did so well. Let's try to choose an MVP. It's down to two players. It's Fritz or Demon. Guys, who do you think would? They don't have an MVP award. I feel like they should award that.
They should.
Absolutely. Laver Cup, a little bonus too.
Yeah.
For the MVP. I think you got to get. I mean, it's crazy that Taylor Fritz beat Alcaraz and Zverev, number 1 and number 3 in the world in straight sets, back-to-back days.
He's going to get the same as Fonseca.
Yeah. But the MVP, as I mentioned, Demon was +7 with the doubles win on Saturday, singles win on Saturday, singles win on Sunday. Who do you guys got? I'm giving it to Demon, which is crazy because Taylor.
You got to go Fritz. He beat Carlos. Carlos hasn't lost like that in a long time. If that doesn't give Team World a total pick me up, even though it was Saturday night, that gave them all the belief they needed going into Sunday. Sweeping Saturday, it's Fritz for sure.
Jack, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Even though I'm a big win those doubles matches at Laver Cup guy, I think I'm gonna have to go Fritz.
Yeah,
just because, yeah, I think in the way, if he beats, Alcaraz 10-8 in a third set breaker, it's a tight match. It's an incredible win. Obviously, you beat number one in the world, but I think the way he went about it and the way he won, like Stevie said, I think that just put Team World in probably a different mentality. Then you win the doubles after that. Everyone's fired up, and then you go into Sunday with crazy confidence that maybe you don't have if it goes the other way, or even if it's a tight win. So I just think in the way that it happened with Fritzy, Alcaraz, and all that, I'm gonna go with Fritzy. Where do you rank Laver Cup in events that you miss now being retired?
Oh, yeah,
where would you put
the very top? The most disappointed I've ever been in my career was missing the London Laver Cup because I got hurt at the U.S. Open.
Right. Oh yeah,
especially because Roger announced his retirement, and I'm like, I thought like maybe I'll just lie and tell everyone my wrist is okay and just hit slice backhands all day just so I could be there.
You could do that. Trust me.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Yeah, that's true, Stevie. You could be just as good with the broken left wrist. But no, that for me, like I miss Laver Cup, so being back in a different capacity was awesome. I want to give two shout outs to two more players. One is Carlos Alcaraz for just giving it 100%. It's not that easy to do after all of everyone wants a piece of him. Just won the U.S. Open, got back to number one in the world. There's no center, as we know, at the Laver Cup. So the Laver Cup desperately needed him. They needed him to give 100%. It's exactly what he did. Alcaraz is a total stud in every meaning of the word. I mean, he just was so good. Every time he walked out on the court, he got the biggest ovations. He was amazing. And yeah, he was so good. I mean, he played 4 matches too. It's not like he went out there and just played a couple of matches. He played 4 matches. He played every single day. So the people in San Francisco got to see him play every single day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pretty impressive. The other shout out is to Reilly Opelka for going 0-2, but being on the winning team. I feel like
the best job in tennis.
That's clean living.
Fonseca 0-1.
What are you talking about? He won.
Oh, he did win on Friday. God, that was so long ago. Sorry.
You said something about Fonseca 5 minutes ago, and I didn't know what the heck you were talking about.
I thought Caboli beat him. Sorry.
No, Fonseca won in straight sets.
My bad. My apologies.
Yeah, but Reilly took a Friday loss and a Sunday loss, but gets his name on that trophy.
I'll see Reilly here in the next couple of days. He's coming to LA before going to Asia. I'll ask him if that check hits any different now that he didn't win any matches.
He's got a great attitude. He told me, he's like, there's that meme, the group project meme. You don't do anything, we still get an A. He already mentioned that, so he needs to post something about that. Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Tyrese Halliburton, like when the USA won the gold, like he didn't rarely played.
Yeah, he didn't play second.
Yeah,
gold medal.
Gold medal. All right, and speaking of the MVP of the weekend, or probably should have been the MVP of the weekend, Taylor Fritz, and Stevie and Jack, you guys were talking about how much of a gamer he is. And I mentioned that story in Geneva where he, went to the courts on Sunday, didn't think he was playing, ended up playing, beating Dominic Thiem in a 3-point match. Well, we were in the Geneva airport after the Laver Cup, traveling to Chengdu. We were all on the same, my favorite tournament of the year, Chengdu.
Ugh.
We're all on the same trip, Geneva to Beijing, and then on to Chengdu. That was the trip, right? It was a total grind. So we get to the airport, and mind you, this is Monday. So Chengdu is like literally already starting at this point. I had a bye, so I had like a little bit of time. I was one of the top 4 seeds, but Taylor did not have a bye, but he was in the draw in Chengdu with me. And we get to the airport, we're checking in, and he goes, he had the wrong passport. He got issued a new passport. His passport with his Chinese visa was in Los Angeles. Okay? So he did not have his Chinese visa. And mind you, he's got to play a match in like 36 hours, which is the latest he possibly could play. And Taylor will verify this story too. So I'm sitting there at the airport with him, and I'm kind of chuckling. I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm like, all right, well, bit of tough luck, go back to LA, enjoy home. And, I'll see you in Beijing at the 500 week or Tokyo, whatever he was playing. He's like, no, I'm going to play Chengdu. And I'm thinking, how are you going to do that? So what he did, he went from Geneva, booked a new flight, Geneva, Paris, right then and there. Then he went Paris, Los Angeles. Okay. Right then and there, lands at LAX, gets in an Uber, drives to his house in an Uber, has the Uber wait for him, runs up to his house, gets his right passport with his Chinese visa, gets back in the Uber, goes back to LAX, then flies LAX, Tokyo, Chengdu, lands. It must have been a Wednesday or something at this point now. I see him. I'm eating breakfast. I see him coming, like stumble into the breakfast after this ridiculous travel that he had. He eats some food and he goes out and plays a match like 4 hours later against Bublik. He lost, but he lost 7-5 in the third.
Oh.
And he ended up winning the doubles that week as well, or at least making the finals of doubles. He played with Nick Monroe. I remember this like so vividly because there's only one person in the world that would do that in order to still compete in the Chengdu 250, and it was Taylor Fritz. So I knew he was a little bit different when the day before he put his hand up and said, I want the ball. I'm going to take on team. And then he beat him in the 3-point match on Sunday. But then after that, I'm like, too good. And to compete to 7-5 there. Could you imagine doing that and trying to play?
No.
It's unbelievable.
After that Uber drops me off at my home in LA, I'm staying in LA.
That's what I said. I said, Fritzy, like, Fritz, it's just a 250. Just go home for 5 days, chill out, play the 500, play the Masters 1000, of course, in Shanghai, and then go on to Europe. No. I'm going to play Chengdu. It was unbelievable. I remember I was with this team. I was with Wolf, too. Wolf's like, I can't. What do you want me to do? The guy wants to play. You can't tell him no.
When he gets his mind on something, it's all in, baby.
Yeah, so I might have a few of the details of that story wrong, but I'm pretty certain I got most of that right. And Taylor, if we make this into a social clip, we need you to chime in the comments because that was otherworldly what you did. And I already had a lot of respect for you before that, but after that, immense respect. I also think you're just crazy as hell because who would do that? There's only one person in the world that would do that, and it's Taylor Fritz. But it goes to show how much he loves to compete. And Stevie, you said he just laces him up no matter
Doesn't matter.
The scenario, what the situation is.
Does not matter.
That is great. So anyways, but that's it. I thought Laver Cup was awesome. Next year it's back in London.
Ooh.
The following year, of course, the world is going to host. I've been hearing rumblings. Perhaps it might not be in North America. I mean, it's been in North America, Boston, Chicago, Vancouver, San Fran.
Is it back at the O2 next year?
It's back at the O2 where Roger.
Might have to go to that.
You're going to fly to London for that?
Maybe.
You're not going to do that.
Mark my words.
Okay. But anyways, great event. Let's move on to Stevie. I want you to take the lead on this one. The Billie Jean King Cup. I think maybe a little bit overshadowed by Laver Cup this week, considering the fact that it was not in America, especially for American tennis fans. But give us a rundown of Billie Jean King Cup, how you thought the event was, and also the finals, which was between Italy and the United States.
Yeah, it was tricky because it's the same week as Laver Cup. They're doing like the 1 week, neutral site venue in Shenzhen. It's just like the neutral site for Davis Cup, Billie Jean King Cup, whatever you want to call it, is horrible. Bring back the home and away ties. I mean, I can't stress that enough. I will not enjoy these events until they have like the home crowd feel. So it's pretty bad, I think. But that being said, no surprise that Italy and the U.S. were in the final. The two best teams, in my opinion, on paper, the most accomplished teams, and surprising result. I actually thought U.S. was going to get that done. I mean, Italy had Paolini play singles and another female, Elisabetta Cocciaretto, and she beat Emma Navarro in the first match, which kind of set the tone, which was a bit surprising. Emma had played played very well in all her matches in Shenzhen, going undefeated up until the finals. And I don't know if nerves got the best for her or just the moment, and unfortunately they lost both singles, so it didn't even come down to a doubles, which would have been, I think, fun to play for a Billie Jean King Cup title. But it's tough for Coach Davenport to not get the win. I mean, they haven't won since 2000.
It's been a bit.
18 maybe, something like that. So it's a bummer. I just think it's a bummer for the men to have it in Bologna, Italy, coming up. And I think it's a bummer. It's even a bigger bummer for the women to have it in Shenzhen, China, to have their final. Like, I just don't feel like that's right for them, for any team atmosphere to not have a home tie, somebody to have a home tie in a finals match. I think it's crazy. So I'm bummed out for all the women involved, but congrats to Italy. They came to play and they dominated.
Yeah, the Billie Jean King Cup has some of the same challenges that the Davis Cup has, right? I mean, you're like just it's all about the schedule. I think that's why some people look at like a Laver Cup or a Billie Jean King Cup and they don't think it's that important or that high up of an event. But you got to remember, this is tennis. This is so physical. Like it's not golf out there. You're just traveling so much. I'm just seeing what Demon did. It's crazy. So in order for Billie Jean King Cup to maybe succeed and for what they thought they needed to have it in Asia, where now the tour is going to. So, but atmosphere wise, would have been better with some sort of home tie for one of the countries. But
I mean, could you guys? I mean, to play for your country in front of your country, home country, like It's a special moment. Like and then even playing away is a special moment. You're all galvanated and you're in one room, locker room, right? You're all trying to get through a home crowd, and so I just think it's a bummer for all parties involved to have these team events outside of Laver Cup, obviously, because that's different in a neutral venue.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Laver Cup, I think eventually it might find its way to somewhere over in Asia, maybe like a Singapore or Hong Kong, just to make the travel a bit easier for some of the players. It might be more appealing to a Sinner or Alcaraz if they can just play it, in Asia and then go on to either Tokyo, Beijing, Shanghai after that. What do y'all think?
No, maybe. I mean, Europe's the right answer, right? Just put it in Europe for those guys, but it's not.
Well, of course, but that's every other year.
Correct. But I mean, they did the best thing they possibly could this year for Laver Cup. At least they put it in San Francisco. At least it's I mean, we're not talking. It's not a 1 hour flight, but it's relatively easy to get to Asia from San Francisco.
Direct.
It's one flight. You can go direct to Beijing, direct to Tokyo for these guys.
That's true.
Yeah,
but still, like it's not easy, but it's not. I don't know. Asia would be a good place to have it, I think, at some point.
They need to have it in Brazil.
I was just going to say that. Do you think with Fonseca on the team now, they go down? Yeah, they have to do it down there
maybe
at
in
some point.
8 years.
No, not in 2 years without that. But if he continues on this trajectory.
2030, 2032 or whatever. What year are we in? Or maybe it's got to be an odd year.
That's a little. I mean, give
2029?
it like 20. No,
it's got to be an odd year
20,
for Team World.
2029. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling it.
2029 Rio be out of control.
Here's the quote. Thank you, Joe. I couldn't find it. From Federer. He goes, I would go to South America. This is Federer again quoting. Imagine this in South America with Fonseca on the team. We unfortunately have one Laver Cup a year, but I'm happy that a lot of cities are wanting to have the Laver Cup in their place now, because that wasn't the case in the beginning. Again, another testament to how successful this event has been. So, yeah, I think we might see this maybe outside of North America. We're not accustomed to that, but I think that's might be the case in years to come when the world hosts.
Before we wrap Laver Cup, have you ever been drop shotted in the service box and not gotten to it, John? Well, that Carlos volley?
Yeah, me for sure. I have. Probably.
I mean, come on,
countless times. You
were in the service box and somebody hit a drop shot winner on you.
I mean, did that drop shot that our Alcaraz did it hit the little?
It's hard to tell from where we were on TV. They didn't really give us an up close, but that was insane. I mean, Mickelson was halfway in the service box and didn't have a chance at that drop shot.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I mean, like Jack could have gotten to it. One of his crazy athletic slides. Yeah,
but
you could have done something with it.
Yeah, but it would have made a good effort and try to do some dumb. But
pull out the 80-degree wedge and hit a drop shot back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was ridiculous.
Guy's an electric factory.
He sure is. He absolutely is. And his hair looks so good, by the way. I don't know if it's white or blonde right now.
See, it's already growing back, dude. It's already dark underneath.
Yeah, of course. But
he's like a chia pet.
The
thing grows so fast.
Yeah, so good. God, he has limitless energy. They were playing a lot of golf. Did you guys see? Dude, I'm sure you guys saw that.
I'm so jealous.
Did we see the golf? Come on.
Yeah, it was Casper, Alcaraz, Federer, and Casper's friend, Zverev.
Yeah, Sasha was out there.
Then Federer joined them. That's quite a foursome.
Yeah.
Or five.
Imagine seeing that. I
think they might have played a 5-ball. I know.
If you're just like a random, I got a 9:40 tee time. You go see Federer, Alcaraz.
Yeah. But you see, Fed's going high sock. What do you think about that? Like golf.
He can do whatever.
It's starting to happen in golf a lot. I feel like people going high sock with the shorts.
I think if you go high sock, you got to pair it with the visor.
Oh,
they go together.
Style?
See what I'm saying?
What, Ian Poulter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The high sock pairs with the visor. If you go high sock, you can't wear normal hat.
Roger can do whatever he wants.
I think you're dead wrong on this.
All right, that's what I think. But we're not a golf podcast. Maybe we can talk about this.
We want to be.
We will all be watching Ryder Cup next weekend, though. Cool.
Hey, do you guys want to talk about the 250 week right now in Chengdu and Guangzhou?
I mean, talk about a Tuesday final to get you fired up, or a Monday final. I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah,
It's insane.
I know what you're talking
it's
about.
hard. I mean, the tour is butchered their schedule already, and now you got Beijing and Tokyo starting midweek, and these finals.
Actually, I do think it's confusing over there, but it's easier because now that doesn't give guys as much downtime in Asia. Because like the Beijing final ends the day that Shanghai starts. You'd rather have that than like 4 days off in Shanghai.
It's a good point. Maybe in Asia, it's the one time of the year to like have it. Yeah,
It's Asia. Nobody knows what's going on anyway. But
yeah, and then the extended Shanghai. We'll get into that on Friday. I think we're done for this Monday.
we're done.
Actually, you know what, Stevie, you close this out.
The Drake meme's good.
All right, before we wrap this show up, I got a couple gripes since Sam is not here. Generally, we like to rip the people that aren't here. One, I haven't forgotten, none of us have forgotten the jingle that Sam needs to do, first and foremost.
Yes.
Good call.
That is not forgotten. So, Sam, when you're listening
Stevie,
to this,
you didn't forget his Alcaraz out of the top
I'm
5
not gonna
pick,
forget
and you
this
didn't-
until-
you're not forgetting this. Yep.
until
Okay.
there's a jingle across our airwaves, then I'm not going to forget this. And then lastly, Team Sift has put this meme together. Everyone's seen it. You know, the Drake one when he's in full Kentucky basketball gear, sitting in like a players meeting, thinking he's on the team. Now let's fast forward to 2025 San Francisco Laver Cup. There's somebody in the wild, as you can see. We got Sam Querrey just meandering onto Team World bench. He thinks he's part of the team. What is this guy doing? He should just stay as a media mogul these days. You got to stay off the team bench.
Stay in your
Stay
lane.
in your lane.
Bro thinks he's on the team.
So good.
He probably thinks he deserves a piece of the winnings.
Oh, he can just as much as Reilly does.
At least Reilly played, you know?
No, I'm
But
kidding.
this is amazing. I mean, kudos to the team at Sift who knocked this one out of the park.
If he was wearing the red and black, that'd be just incredible.
That would have been so good. Bro thinks
all
he's
right.
on the team. I've never seen this meme, but it's pretty good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It never gets old.
No.
But all right, good Monday show, guys. We wrapped it up. We'll rip Sam. We expect a jingle. Follow us on all social, I don't know, wherever. Nothing Major Show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. Leave us a review. You guys know the drill, and we will see you on Friday.